Well, that's not gonna work, bud.
When the cops come, supercharged with a rap that they flock to. No more words, you can race if you want to. Take off at the red light, leave the dust on them. Tail lights, pass the demon in the night on them. Real loud, no sneaking like a lion on them. Big roar when I let the gear slide on them.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing some ups and downs of owning a wrapped car, like pros and cons. I got a lot of people that ask me like, what would you do differently if you didn't have a wrapped car, or should I get a wrapped car? So this video I'm gonna do like pros and cons, because I get a lot of questions on it, and try to cover like the overall basis of if you're planning on getting a wrapped car, if you should or you shouldn't, some things that you need to look out for, and just overall maintenance, stuff like that, a few tips and all that sort of stuff. So we're gonna get into it. Alright guys, so we got the ZL1 in the background, and as you can see, the vehicle is wrapped. If y'all are new to the channel, it is a psychedelic flip wrap, and of course if you're a returning subscriber, y'all already know it's been wrapped since I got the car. I'm pretty sure it got wrapped as soon as the guy got it brand new. It was a one-owner car, and it's been on here for now 3.5, probably close to 4 years now. But this is the wrapped ZL1, and I guess we'll go over some pros first. One of the pros for me, I've always wanted a wrapped car. I used to have a V6 RS Camaro, and I wanted to wrap it, but I just never had the money to afford it. That's one thing that I always wanted to do to my Camaro, like I said, but never got around to doing it. Same thing with the SS. I wanted to wrap it, just barely had that car anyway, so I was really fortunate to stumble upon this one that was already wrapped, and this is one of those more expensive wraps, so I'm very glad that it came with it. So one of the biggest pros for me, especially, and one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to have a wrapped car at first, was it protects the paint underneath. So like if you have nice paint underneath, like say this car was brand new and he got it wrapped, the paint underneath is going to be absolutely flawless whenever I decide to take the wrap off. So that's one of the best features, especially because this paint is the mosaic black is what the paint is underneath, and I'm so excited to see that. So whenever I do take the wrap off, I'll know that this is in perfect condition underneath the wrap, so I won't have to worry about having swirls and chips and stuff like that underneath the wrap. So the wrap does a lot to protect it. It is a 3M wrap, which is pretty thick and durable, and that's why y'all see me staying on the car a lot. It's because I am not stepping on the paint. That's why I don't make a big deal out of it, but everybody in the world seems to hate that whenever I do it. Alright, and the second thing I really enjoy about vehicle wraps is, say if you get tired of it, like after a year or two, you can just go back to the shop that got it wrapped for you, take it all off, do a brand new wrap, do any design that you want, really. Unlike paint, it is not nearly as expensive to switch up like in a year or two with paint. It's going to cost you a lot more. Unlike wrap, like I said, you can just peel it off yourself, get it rewrapped. You can even wrap it yourself if you want to venture out into that. It is probably the quickest and easiest method that you can do to change the complete look of your car. So having it, like say this was black ZL1, which I'll put right up here so y'all can see for comparison, which that's what it looks like underneath the wrap, and then we do this to it, completely drastically different. And that's something nice and something cool, unique to the person, because everybody might not have the same taste as you. Not a lot of people have the same car and the same wrap as you, which I think there are like a few of these ZL1s. I think 2 total. Before, one of them doesn't have a sunroof, and this one does have a sunroof. So it is a very unique wrap, this one in particular, but any wrap that you get really is pretty unique to you. And I'm sure if you live in a city, you're not going to have many people with the same exact wrap as you, especially on the same car, but who knows. Alright, and lastly, I think the last thing that I'll put in the pros list is the maintenance on the wrap. This gloss wrap for me is absolutely perfect, especially for washing the vehicle. If you know me personally, you know I hate washing my cars. With the SS, that poor thing barely got washed ever in its lifetime. This thing barely gets washed ever in its lifetime, but the difference is this is wrapped and it is not painted. So with wrapped vehicles, you don't have to wash them as often as you do with paint. With this, you can actually use, most of the time you can use waterless wash, which is just saves so much time and so much energy, in my opinion. The only thing you really got to clean is the wheels, which these wheels kind of suck to clean because they are like 20 spokes, but definitely worth it. Whenever they're cleaned up, they look absolutely phenomenal. One of my favorite parts about the car. But other than that, you can just waterless wash it most of the time, and even then you can just rinse it off for the most part if it's not too dirty. But unfortunately for us in Alabama, we get so much like pollen and stuff like that during spring and summertime that this thing has to be washed every time, almost every like other weekend, just about. But definitely the keep up for this compared to the painted car by far outweighs like any of the negatives in my opinion. I absolutely love the fact that I can just, after work on a Friday, just waterless wash it and she's good to go for the weekend. Any car show, car meet, she'll be Gucci. As long as I don't leave it for too long. If it does get too dirty, you will have to wash it. But that is definitely, in my opinion, probably my favorite thing pro-wise about having a wrapped car, in my personal opinion, just because if you know me, I hate washing my car, so that's definitely the best pro in my opinion. So let's move on to the cons, and there are a few cons. You wouldn't really think it if you're just on the outside looking in of having a wrapped car, but unfortunately there are quite a few cons. First thing I'll start off with is the cost. The cost of this, doing any wrap really costs a lot of money. Obviously paint is expensive as well, but like if you just want to do like a basic wrap, like a satin gloss or satin a satin purple, a satin blue, something like that, it would run you about like I would think like $1,700 to like $2,000, labor and all, you know, take you like a few days to get it done. That is a lot of money. Like a lot of people can't come up with that, and it's justifiable. It is quite a lot of money, but it also protects your car like very well. Like I explained in the pros, it protects the paint underneath. So I think it's a good investment, but the price is steep. This wrap, from what I've seen before, somebody else I got their ZL1 wrap, it cost them $3,500 for this particular wrap, which is psychedelic flip. Anything with like color changing, metallic, flaky, and like chrome gold or any of the chromes are going to be a lot more expensive. I'm sure those are like probably in the upwards of like $4,000 or $5,000 range for labor charge and all that. One of the bigger cons for me is a lot of people think that it's almost just invincible, kind of like you don't have to worry about it with it getting any scratches or swirls, but in reality it isn't like perfect. Obviously it does help out a lot, like compared to paint you're saving yourself a lot, but like if you're coming in thinking that this can't get scratched, you're definitely gonna be thinking wrong, especially if it's a flat color, especially if it's satin. That can scratch really easily. This metallic, if it wasn't for the color shift, you would see a lot more. I'll try to pick some of it up on camera, but this thing does have a lot of micro scratches. No matter how well I take care of it, no matter what. You're still going to get micro scratches, and that's just a given. Every time you wash your car, anytime there's dirt on it, every time you got to get it off, it's almost a given that you're going to have scratches and little swirls. That's just how it goes. But people think that this is invincible. You can just wipe it down with a dry rag. That's not the case. Unfortunately, you do have to be careful with this, just like if it was paint, even though it's a lot easier to take care of than paint. But definitely be careful with the car because it does have scratches and swirls. Keep that in mind. Don't think it is absolutely like invincible. It's not PPF that like healed itself with scratches. That's something way different than just a regular car wrap. It's PPF, you can actually have somebody key your car and it will heal the film, and it will look like it was never there. But this, however, if there's scratches on it, you will see it. Unless they're like itty bitty ones, is your best bet. And like in this car, it does have the color shift on it, so the scratches and stuff are hardly visible whenever the sun is out. So that's my biggest advantage, and all the imperfections and stuff like that are hidden thanks to the sun with that wrap. Y'all can kind of see it right there. That little line right here that's going right there, that's one of those scratches on the car, which, like I said, even when it's not sunny, you can barely see it. So the wrap is definitely, you can see it right there, perfect, clear as day. Right there, scratch, and one more right here, and here's another one. You can barely see it. There we go. See, so whenever it's sunny out and the color's changing on it, you can't even tell like at all. But those are like, there's a few of those like spread out across the car. Like I said, there's nothing you can really do to change it. But I mean, compared to having it on paint, I know whenever I peel this, I can just peel it, and then underneath the paint is going to be flawless. This mosaic black looks absolutely beautiful. Like this car covered in this paint, I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait to do it, but I'm gonna leave the wrap on for a while more. And while we're on the subject of imperfections, I guess we will go over, now this isn't every single wrap company, but one thing that you want to do is make sure that you go with a credible source for somebody to wrap your car or your vehicle in general, because there are some companies that are absolutely great, they're flawless, no issue, but make sure you do your research, because the guy who got this wrap definitely did not do his research. They pieced this car quite a bit, and I'll show you all right now. Like I said, if it wasn't for the color shift, you could see it really well, but like right here is like one of the bigger ones. You can see right there, they just pieced it. Right here, going down to another spot. Right here. This is just like, I don't know why they just pieced one piece right there, but that's a really bad spot. And if we just go along here, right here it's bad. There you go, you can definitely see it. It's pieced right here along here, and then right down the middle. And hold on guys, there's quite a bit more. Right here, this thing is like a weird piece, a pieced out section right here, and they didn't even wrap this bottom part, which isn't really important, but something to take note of. And here's that one piece that goes all along this line right here, and it just, you wouldn't be able to tell honestly whenever you're standing up and whenever the sun is on it, because the color shift is on. See, like you can see it pretty well right there now that I pointed it out. But like over here, dang, it's dirty. You can't really see it because it is trying to change colors. Another spot that I really do not enjoy is this one right here. There's a piece right there along this edge right here, and that's one of the worst ones honestly. Whenever I found that out, now I do have one piece right over here on the gas cap side, which is right here. But that was from whenever it had to get fixed, because I don't know if y'all have been keeping up with the channel or not, but there was a huge dent in here 9 days after I had the car. Somebody threw some shopping carts into it, caused a huge dent. They had to fix all this and get this, get a new wrap, and you know, they pieced it right there, which looks really clean. Like I said, whenever it's color changing, you cannot see it like at all. Whenever I point it out, you can see it, but from far away, color changing, you can't see anything. If it was just a dull color though, like a satin, you would definitely see every imperfection in the car. So that's one thing that y'all need to do. Definitely do your research before you go get it wrapped from any like local shop that says they'll do it for like $2 grand. Make sure that they know what they're doing. Make sure you read reviews. If you got any people like your friends that go to them or have gone to them, see what they think. If they got good things to say about them, I think it's a go. But definitely, it's a lot of money to be playing around with. So definitely be smart. Do your research. Make sure you go with good people, good reputable people, and get your car wrapped, and then you can have something amazing and not have to worry about it. Like I said, if it wasn't for the color change, this thing, you would see all sorts of imperfections, swirls and scratches and all that sort of stuff. But alrighty guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this kind of like pros and cons type video. Gave y'all a little insight on if you are perhaps maybe looking for a wrap, or if you already have a wrap and you kind of want to know like about upkeeps and stuff like that, like especially that stuff with the wireless wash whenever it's sunny outside and hot, it can cost you a lot. You might have to, you know, it might peel up completely and then you have to rewrap the whole vehicle or the whole panel or whatever that it comes out from. So definitely be careful if you do have a wrapped car, or if you're planning on getting one, just take the necessary measurements and you'll be absolutely fine. Other than that, I absolutely have really no complaints about this. It is my absolute favorite thing. I love having a wrapped car, I'm not gonna lie, especially for, like I said, washing the car, being so much easier. One thing I do dislike, which I'll probably get into in another video later on, is sometimes I do dislike the attention from it because it is such a flashy car, but it comes with the territory. I know a lot of people, like if I saw this car going down the road, I'd be really excited and want to say hello. So sometimes it's nice, but sometimes it gets to me and I don't really like it that much. But other than that, like actual complaints of the wrap, I have none. I mean, obviously the pieces and stuff are kind of annoying, but thank God it changes colors so you can't really see it. So that's really my saving grace. So I can't really complain about it. And yeah, so that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, or maybe learned something new, or maybe found out some information that you might know for the future. So if y'all did enjoy the video, leave a like, leave a comment down below if it did help, and be sure to subscribe, turn those bell notifications on. See you in the next.
SS22 Z01 sliding in a rainbow coupe. Saw your bitch, mouth drop, what it do? Worry about yourself, bitch. Who the fuck is you? Take it to the tree, tent like a limousine. When the light turn green, you be falling asleep. slip, gripping on